Hi Lewis, Ryan Sheffer, PGA here from Monarch Beach Golf Links with a video review from today's golf lesson. On the left is a before and on the right is an after. And what you're going to see here is we watch the left swing. As this golfer swings back, he ends up getting too much sway, where what you'll see here is that the hips are passing the yellow line, and you can also notice that your head is moving outside of that box. Not ideal, really. We want to try to stay closer to those center lines. So let's now take a look at the golfer on the right. After we've done a few drills here, we did a wall drill, which we'll talk about here in another video I'll include. But let's just watch how this changed the golf swing. So as we swing back, again, we're not using a club, but what do we notice differently? Well, if you look, you'll see right here that red circle created a little ball of space. That's really good. We can also see that your head is staying closer to the center. So some good things going on there. What we wanted to feel here was our sensation was trying to get the sensation to be your right cheek moving across that green wall behind you, or green padding behind you. And that's called really trying to move the sways towards the target. On the left, in the before, you're moving your sways away from the target, meaning that you're moving your hips that direction. And we want to do the opposite. We want the hips moving that way. So some food for thought, things to work on. Definitely recommend practicing the wall drill.
All right, Lewis, so let's talk about what did we do today during your golf lesson. So I'm going to use this little pool noodle to give a nice visual as to what was going on. So we kind of summarized really the most important thing that we're trying to correct today was the balance in the swing. So if we had this focusing on the hips, there's going to be a video that I'll send to you as well that I filmed, but it's going to show this. So when you swung back, if the target was that way, so when I'm in my backswing, your hip was actually moving out that way. So in this video I'll send, there'll be a circle or a box around your head, and what you're going to see is that when you swing back, your head would actually move away from where the golf ball is. You're actually moving too much laterally. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's pros who swing that way, but then they have to really get aggressive and get back into that side of the body. Doesn't mean you can't do that. There's a lot of timing to involve. Now, the other option is if I kept you a little bit more centered. So if this was like right here, when I swing back, everything stays more centered, and then I just release back into the ball. A bit more simplistic as to less moving parts, makes it a little bit easier. So that was a drill that we talked about, which is called our wall drill. So I'm going to move a little bit over here. So at home, if you find like a wall, you could do this in a hotel room. At home, you don't have to use a golf club. What you'd want to do is basically try to feel like your right cheek is moving across the wall in that direction, so towards the target. So I don't want it moving this way. I want it to move away from here. So if you watch where my radio is, I'm moving actually further into the green, right? I'm not moving away from it, I'm moving into it. So that's talking about balance as well. Okay, so that was the next thing we focused on. So really good feel. You can do that thinking about your rear. Some people tell me when they do this that they feel more in the shoulder, trying to feel like that goes almost like behind them. If this was your center, trying to move that behind there or towards the target. So there's some feels. The next thing that I really feel was most important for you, so these are really the most two. The next one was if we took a water bottle, which I have here, and I put that right by my foot. And put that right there. And what I'll do is I'll make some swings. So this is what you were doing. When you swung, you'd go here, and you'd knock that thing over. So you were basically playing baseball. You're doing like a spin shot. What we want to do is do something a little different. So if I use a ball, just to demonstrate, watch what'll happen to my foot when I hit this correctly. You'll see that that water bottle never fell over. It stays planted on the ground. So super simple exercise, but it gives a lot of feedback. So if you can do this and not knock it over, you're doing really well. So in summary, things that we were really focusing on: hip motion, try not to slide, and then proper footwork in the swing to make sure we're finishing on our front leg. And that should do it.
Thanks for watching, Lewis. It was a pleasure teaching you today, and I hope that you have a great birthday weekend here with your wife celebrating her birthday here with us at Monarch Beach Resort.